What is going on, YouTube? This kind of video is going to be a little bit different. I'm with my roommate Jack, and for those of you guys who don't know who Jack is, he grew up with me back in Maryland, and he's been with me ever since the very first, like TikTok videos that I've posted on social media. So he's been with me all the way from, when I was a broke kid in high school all the way up to where we're at now with our businesses. And because of me, even now he does fitness coaching, and he's making his living off of that. So it's been a crazy journey from zero to hero, what we say. But Jack knows the most about me. He knows every little thing about me almost. But he's just gonna ask me a couple questions, and we're gonna talk about just back then at home, like all the things that we've been through. So
originally, the first question I want to ask you though is, how did you get into shape?
How did I get into shape? Oh my gosh. So when growing up in high school, I used to wrestle, and I was always in like kind of decent shape. I would like lift, but Jack was always like freaking in shape. Like he was always really lean. So I would say I hit the gym a couple times with Jack, and Jack's helped me get in shape throughout the time.
Oh yeah. But other than that, like in high school, growing up, what was it like back then, not knowing about like this entire space, and like kind of compare it to where you're at now? Yeah,
no, life was weird. You could talk about this too, because it's like the whole info space. I know like we talked about this before. Like, I mean, me and Jack have talked about like everything, but like I would say in high school, it's like I didn't even know about like internet money at all. I think only until like after like COVID-19, like 2020 was when like I tapped into like online money. But for like when did you find out about online money?
Bro, I didn't even believe in this stuff, because you were telling me about like coaching and stuff, and I was like, oh yeah, like I'm sure you'll make $200 a month from it, like cool, and like, good stuff, you know what I mean? But I never thought you could like scale it in a way to where it's $30,000 months plus. You know what I mean? It was insane. And then it was like visual proof to me when I was in college, because it was like 2 years, so it was my sophomore year that you're kind of tapping into it. I was like, okay, whatever. Then it comes like my senior year, and Josh is like hitting $30,000 months while fitness coaching. I'm sitting there like, how does that even make any sense? Like, I'm watching it happen with my own eyes, his whole entire growth, and I'm sitting there. It like motivated me, and then I would get into it. And the thing is, the difference between me and Josh was, at the beginning, Josh obviously never stopped, because fitness coaching is what he had. I mean, I was in school and stuff like that. I still had goals for myself, working like a corporate job, obviously, or a governmental job. And then I was, all of a sudden, my whole entire mindset changed when I actually stayed consistent with it, because I tried multiple times, and then all of a sudden, once I actually stood consistent with it and was like, okay, what I have to do is outcompete all these other fitness coaches in the space, then I was like, all right, now I have to double down on the work that I'm doing. I was posting 6 times a day, and then my account actually started to grow, and I saw exactly what was possible. And that was kind of my story. But Josh is like, watching him, like he never stopped. It was just like ongoing, and then it just kept growing. And I realized, like, if I want that same growth, I have to act the same way.
Yeah, because my thing was like, when I started social media with like fitness, like at first I wanted to be an influencer, and everyone like who knows me already knows this story, but I always wanted to be an influencer. So I would just like, when I first started, I would post 3 times a day for like 6 months straight, and I did not miss a day or a single post for 6 months straight. But like when I started coaching, even with coaching, I stuck with it like all the way through. Like I never stopped doing it.
There were some inconsistencies with Josh like getting lazy and things that happened in his life, but like other than that, like those were just some things in his life that happened. But overall, he was very consistent with it and never stopped.
Yeah,
obviously. But there was times that he could have been way more focused, and I would tell him that too, even though I wasn't focused myself, because I don't know, I just believed in that he could do it, and then he did, right? So it was just like,
yeah, because Jack would be on and off with it. But I think for him, like the biggest thing was like literally, like a lot of people see online, and it's like hard to believe sometimes, but for Jack, it was like literally seeing it right in front of his face for like the past 2 years, just watching this entire thing go from like nothing to like something. Everything,
It's like, dude, I mean, it's cool, because at first I was I didn't think it was possible because I was a college athlete, I was working, and I also had school, right? So I had all those things. I was using that as an excuse to not be able to do this fitness coaching thing. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna try it, later on in life. But then I was like, I need to stop telling myself that I can't do it because I don't have enough time, right? Just did it.
Do you remember what it was like? I want to go back to like the other thing, like the what's it called, the like life in like high school, like not knowing any of this stuff like even existed. Because I think genuinely the way that me, Jack, and like even some of my buddies down here, like the way that we look at life is so, and the way we look at life and like money is so different than the average person, I think. Just because, I mean, for me at least, I mean for you even, like when I was, I mean, yeah, literally up until like, let's talk about 2 years ago and before. Because it's like
you would see Miami life and you're like, that's not real. Like none of that stuff is real, and that's what a majority of people think in the world. Because like a lot of you probably watching this don't even know what the infospace is, and now you're googling it like, what the hell is the infospace? Yeah. That's exactly what we were like.
I think because
it's very real.
It's not like, for me, I don't think I ever thought like it wasn't real. Like it was always there, and it was like, because I remember during COVID, like when TikTok like first came out too, like I would start seeing like the cars. I think TikTok is what really like showed me. But I would see like the cars and the cool light, and I'd be like, fuck, I'd save it in my phone. Like
that was the difference between you. You saw that, and then at the time I was like, this isn't even real, and he was like, this is real. But I was like,
I would just figure out.
I was still in the mindset of like I wanted to become better. Like I obviously wanted to see success, but I just didn't know what the heck any of this was, right?
Yeah.
Until you really like dive into it, and then the only way you do that is by learning.
I'm curious, what was like because you've seen like me in all the stages of my life. You've seen like high school version of Josh, like degenerate. You've also seen like starting to post on social media. You've also seen like working Josh, kind of, right? But you've seen like starting to post on social media Josh. You've seen like the version of me that obviously had that one X. And then you've also seen like this current version of me as well. And I break it down in like those three kind of phases. But what are like the differences you've noticed between, I guess, like the different phases of my life that like we'll start with like high school Josh. Obviously he was a fucking degenerate, but like we'll start with like just early Josh posting on social media, not even coaching yet, but just posting on social media. Like what was
at first it was just Josh trying to become an influencer, because that's what we thought it all was, just becoming an influencer. And then you guys know Cruz. I mean, between like friends, there's me, Cruz, and Jace, who know most about Josh, I would say. Cruz is who introduced even coaching to Josh.
Yeah.
And then from there, like, it was just a matter of time before you learned enough information as to what you really needed to do to become successful in this line of business.
Yeah. What do you think for you, and I'll answer this too, like what do you think for you, like genuinely like snapped for you, or like what was like the trigger moment for you to like say, fuck, okay, like I'm done with this, like I gotta go like do more with my life? Like what do you think that moment was in your life? Because you didn't go to like
I was just under a lot of stress of what I wanted to do, and I always knew that I love fitness. Like fitness has been a passion of mine forever. It's been like 6 years of training.
Like you're talking about the stress, right? I want to go into like more like
I was very stressed out in the moment, because I had a big decision to make, because I had an opportunity to go into the federal government and make a very good living, right? But I could have done that and been a legacy man, because my family's in that line of work as well, or I could decide to go down the entrepreneurial route and create something that I've always wanted to create and be in the line of business that I always wanted to be. And I was very stressed out in the moment, but then it was just literally me saying, fuck it, like I'm gonna do my thing. And then I had to tell my parents and everybody. They were all upset they didn't get it, and I was like, you know what, if I'm able to find success in this, they're gonna see. And it was just all about like, I wouldn't say necessarily proving them wrong, but just showing them that I could be successful no matter what I do, you know? And it was a stressful time in my life, 100%.
Yeah, I think
I'm not saying it, and it's a stressful time now. Like,
yeah, it's always gonna be stressful business. That's one thing Jack's had to learn. Like, while running his business now, like even for me, it's always stressful. Like, there's never a moment where there's moments in life, where it's like, damn, everything's so good. Like those days we have like 5-10K days. It's like, oh yeah, life is great. But I actually want to ask you this. You know how like when I first started social media, it was because like that one breakup. And then when I really scaled my business to like the next level was because of another breakup.
Okay, so the thing is with Josh, like the reason he's able to actually, I would say, scale is because of him breaking up. Because every single time he gets in a relationship, he gets extremely comfortable with where he's at. He overspends, and then that leads down a whole other stress ball because he doesn't. Like, it's bad. But then as soon as he realizes that he's going down a path he doesn't want to be, I mean, he's able to just pick it up right there and then. And
I have been better with girls though. Even the most recent girl. This recent girl, we won't drop the name, but I dropped her.
No, he was again going down a path that.
I dropped.
Every single
so
time,
fast.
like something changes in his mentality with a girl.
Every time it's like a level.
And that's just him. Like it might just be him. Like genuinely, I don't get it.
Dude, I always try to look for like that next like girl. I think it's good and for like motivation. That shit really does work. But I want like. Do you remember the first breakup? This is like when we first really started hanging out.
Yeah.
But like that breakup, how I was during that breakup and how I handled that.
He wanted the world though. Like it was in the. Instead, I obviously he mourned it, but like you spent most of your time just with us. Like you first of all wanted to be around people. I feel like because
I didn't really have that many friends.
Yeah,
at that
but he enjoyed being around like me and this one other guy because we all had the goals of like becoming better. Like what I saw in Josh, he saw in me at the same time. I feel like, and that's why we kind of clicked. And then from there is like, obviously Josh tried every type of thing in terms of the infospace, drop shipping, e-com, right? Like
clothing brand. That one we did together, literally. Clothing brand.
Right. So we always looked for success. It's just like it was how do we actually find it, and then it was literally just nonstop like thinking about what to do next, and really learning about the line of business that we're in, right? Fitness coaching. And he was in shape and he really enjoyed getting into shape as well. And then if he's posting around that, it was just a matter of time before he learned that you could make a really good living from coaching.
Yeah. How do you think I handled my first breakup versus like the second one?
First one, I mean, dude, they were relatively handled the same. In my opinion.
So?
Like the first one, obviously, you just didn't like know as much as you did as this in the second time. Like the second time, you freaking already. It was a matter of like you didn't. What am I saying here?
Like the first breakup, I feel like since I had no actual direction, I had to find a direction.
Exactly. That's what I was trying to say. You had no information on what you were actually doing.
Yeah.
You're still like. It wasn't a matter of like the drive that you lost. You had the drive in both times.
I just didn't have an actual plan.
You didn't have the route to go.
I was just
like
grinding.
That's what I was trying to say. I just couldn't think about the words.
Yeah. But the second one, oh my gosh! Like I had all the drive and I had the exact route, and I think that's exactly why I got to $30,000. Literally $30,000 that month. Literally right after the breakup, just because I had all the direction I needed and I had all the drive with it. Do you think I'm pretty similar? Online versus in person?
Yeah, I mean that's what everybody says, and I think like as well. I mean, 100%. Yeah, you're definitely the same. Yeah. Maybe he's not. It's not showing some of his weird moments, but
I'm a weird person. I'm a weird person.
He's weird online, but it gets even weirder. Like he can't showcase that stuff on the internet.
Wait, okay, that sounds so weird. Not that weird. I don't know what is the thoughts are right now, but not that weird. Do you feel like there's ever times where you thought I was gonna quit?
No.
Really?
No, I don't think so.
Dude, there was like 2 good times in my entire coaching business where I remember I genuinely thought I wanted to quit and like do something completely different with my life.
Did you tell anybody that, or is that just up?
No, that's just in my head.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the only times I would have thought about it is when you were slowing down on everything you're doing. It was probably during the relationship. 2 times during the relationship.
Yeah, it wasn't that. It was right after the breakup. That week, it had like clarity. When I was still doing fitness coaching, I was like, fuck. It was like right after the breakup, before $30,000 months. I remember I was just I was just in my room because you were in Tampa, and I was just like, I didn't really have anyone in Maryland that I could talk to about coaching and stuff like that. So I was like, and online money. Nobody does that stuff in Maryland. So I would just like sit there and just be like, damn, do I like really want to do this? Like, what am I doing this for? Da da da. Then I really just grabbed my balls and I was just like, nah, let me just do this, stick it through, and then use all the drive that I had to just keep going. But let me see.
Do you remember when you signed your first client?
I remember when I signed my first one. It was literally October. It was for $500. It was this guy.
And how did that sale like make you feel?
Dude, best feeling ever. It was. I remember like, I literally did a sales call. This is.
I remember mine. It was the best workout of my entire life.
Dude, yeah, my workout after, I remember I got the sale, went straight to Gold's Gym, and just like had the absolute, dude, I thought I was an absolute, like I thought I ruled the world. Like,
when I got my first one, I thought I was a millionaire.
How
I was walking around like.
How much was your first sale?
$600,
right? Yeah, mine was $500. But I remember like, because this is before I had any plan, like any roadmap, any mentor, anything. So I literally would just, I DM'd this guy. I remember his name is Asael, but I DM'd the guy. And then after I DM'd him, it was like, obviously it's no framework. So I just said like, hey, do you want one-on-one coaching? Like, let's get on a call, like 15-minute call. I called this guy on Instagram, talked about my my program. And it was just like, yeah, I'll make you meal plans and training plans. You know, and meal plans and training plans and accountability, you can charge $500 like easily. And I remember he was just like, yeah. And I was like in my head, I was like, yeah, like that works. And I sent him the link, and I still remember I refreshed the Stripe, and it 500 with the little the little line thing going up.
I remember. One memory I have from you when I FaceTime you is when Cruz was in. You guys were sitting next to each other taking sales calls like together in your own room or something like that.
Oh.
And then you're like, you closed like 3 people in the same day, and you were like shitting your pants.
Oh my gosh, because I was selling. I think at that time I was selling 500 or like $900 program.
I remember you told me like I made like $2,000 today. I was like, you're joking, right? I was like, that's not real.
Dude, that was the best because Cruz made $10,000. Oh no, yeah, Cruz made like $10,000 that month, and I remember I was shitting my pants out because I remember Cruz was something like just take calls with everybody, and I took calls with everybody. The guys from India, I was taking calls with guys from fucking Morocco. I was taking calls with everybody, and I closed. I just like.
It's one thing to get attached to the money though, but like. When you go down this route, you have to, the first thing you got to think about is genuinely changing someone's life and helping them first. And then naturally, like, the money will come with it. But if you're not in it to actually help people, like, it's not going to be for you. Like, genuinely. Would you agree with that? Because that's my opinion, like, your number one priority has to transform someone's life.
Yeah.
Because that's what makes it fulfilling, and that's why coaching is so good. Like, how did it change your life? That's the same feeling you want to instill into other people. And if you could do that, then the money will come with it.
Yeah, because when I got my first sale, that same feeling, it's exactly how all the clients, like my clients react. They're like, oh my gosh. It's always like the best feeling. But same with fitness. I've had guys with fitness like genuinely thank me for changing their lives. And I remember the first time I had a client, like it wasn't like
best feeling. That's having someone thank you. Like it's happened multiple times. Like someone's like they said thank you, Jack, for everything you've done in my life. You've completely transformed it. And it's multiple people that have done it. And it's like that's a better feeling than any type of sale ever. And in Josh's case, like if he's helping his clients make money, obviously, that's probably a better feeling than him actually making money himself, right?
Yeah. My clients, like for example, one of my clients, obviously you guys know Hunter, making $50,000 a month now, right? When he came to us, was making $0, right? Didn't even have an offer. He was posting on social media for like a year. This guy literally went from $0 to $50,000 a month in the span of like 4 or 5 months. And his he's set. Like he genuinely is set. There's no sign of slowing down. Like it's genuinely crazy.
He's almost at 500,000 followers. You joking me?
Yeah. He was at 2,000 followers before.
By the way, content coach right here.
Yeah, Jack is the content coach inside of our program, my program. But yeah, no, he takes care of, helps all the clients with content. Even like today, he hosted a content call for my guys. Amazing call from what I've heard. I haven't reviewed it, but I looked over the framework that he showed them, and I mean, it looked pretty good. What did you teach today?
We taught literally the basics, and then I gave the framework to the 4 pillars of content, right? And
my 4 pillars.
His 4 pillars of content, and then that he created. But we explained the why to everything, right? For those 4 pillars, for result-based, perspective shifting, what are the other 2? Can't mind block, guys, mind fog here, but
Mind fog.
brain fog is what it's called.
Cut. But this question is really good.
No, cut that.
What do you think people don't realize about what it like takes to get to this level?
An amount, like, here, let me cut that. You want me to ask you that?
No, we're not cutting anything. This is completely raw. Like, we're not cutting anything. But yeah, you can ask me the question. Yeah, like what do you think people don't realize about what it took to get here? I want to ask you, like, what do you feel like? Because I think these questions right here are really good. But like, what do you feel like people don't realize about what it takes to get here to this level?
Oh,
like what have you had to
like
sacrifice? You know, so many things.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of damn work. I'll tell you that. Like, it's constantly telling yourself that you have to do things every single day. Like, the things, it sounds cliche, but the things you don't want to do are things you probably should be doing. And that's how I kind of think about things. If I don't feel like doing something, that means I have to do it. But when it comes to my stress levels, like Josh was saying, it's bad, right? Like, when it comes to, like, when I was getting stressed, like, I would shut down, and then that's exactly what you don't want to do. But again, it's going to happen, and then you learn from that experience, and then it's a matter of like what you actually do when you're stressed. For example, Josh, he will continue to go on his computer and then just start typing away, working on something that will obviously help him better himself and also his business. For me, it wasn't that, and then now like it's getting way better.
Oh yeah, dude, it used to be so like, I'll say this, like Jack, when he used to get stressed out, he was just like, there's times where he just fell asleep, like literally just like would just sleep. He's so stressed out, like I'm sleeping, or he just like eat, like eat, which is obviously a bad habit. But now, like when Jack gets stressed, like now Jack is out here working like every night. You know, this is actually the first night where me and Jack have actually worked next to each other. We always just go in our rooms and just like grind away. This is the first night that me and Jack have actually sat next to each other and actually worked. Now we're working on 2 separate things, but it's nice. You can't lie, it's nice, like working next to somebody. I like it. This is good questions, like both of us, but it's like, how do you think our friendship has evolved throughout like this entire journey?
I don't think there's definitely a little bit more annoying as a roommate.
Yeah, actually.
No, I'm kidding.
Me and Jack have always stayed like while posting on social media. We've both, the friendship hasn't died out in any way. You know how like some people like not talk? Like me and Jack for the past, I would say 2 years, non-stop communication, like almost every other day.
I would say it's every day, dude.
No. When I was in Maryland and you were in Tampa.
Yeah, I think it was like almost every day.
Really? Was it? Oh shit.
I wouldn't even say like every other day. Because
I remember there were some times where I would just straight up decline your call, even in Maryland. Cause I'd be like so busy. I'd be like, fuck, stop calling me.
Yeah.
Dude, I remember. Wait, I remember there was times you're like, dude, don't leave me behind. Like answer my calls.
Oh, I was probably joking.
In like joking way, but I remember those were so funny to me.
Yeah. Yeah. That is funny.
Let me see. What's your favorite memory of when we had nothing?
Sitting in the basement and him hitting his first 10,000 followers were like, I was so hyped. Like I was like, he made it.
Yeah, he made it with
like
10,000
followers was insane back then. Even on TikTok, like I was like, I had 10,000 followers on the account, but it was from posting absolute brain rock content, and it was nothing fitness related at all.
The Jack would post like
flips of me doing like there's a viral clip of me doing a double front flip head first into the sand. It was on Phil Army and stuff, and that's like what got me a ton of followers.
Phil Army?
Maryland checks and stuff like that. But that was, yeah, the memory was like him actually getting 10,000 followers on TikTok from fitness coaching. We have a video of it. Like that was a core memory right there.
Yeah, I would say, I think a lot is honestly, I feel like so much has changed. Like you gotta think, dude, like literally 2 years ago we were in your basement editing videos. Mm-hmm. And I remember I was like, you know, I remember you told me like, bro, you have to start talking to the camera. Because when I made follow you were like, dude, you gotta start talking to the camera.
Yes,
I have videos. And if you scroll really far down on my TikTok, it's come across like on my 1 year ago TikToks, and I'd be like, guys, if you want fitness coaching, yeah, just DM me. You know, this is when I was an influencer. I didn't know, like, if you want help, you know, because I knew I could charge for this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But like literally like looking at that view right there and this view out here, it's beautiful. If you guys don't know this view that we have from our balcony, it's literally like the biggest balcony here. You can see the city on the right side. On the left side is just the ocean. But like look if you literally just look around, it's like 2 years ago we were literally in your
we would be in my basement till like 4 a.m. every single day,
and now
just doing whatever.
But like literally now, look around and genuinely think about like how far everything's come and how different life is. Think about like, okay, did you think life would be like this? It's like, fuck no.
Yeah.
I think that's the coolest part because I think we take it for granted, and I think that's why we took a trip back to Maryland last week.
Yeah, 100%.
That trip back to Maryland did so much clarity for me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to go back for a while though, for sure. Oh, you're going back next week.
Yeah, I am. Damn, I am.
You were right back.
Yeah.
Oh, good luck, man. I'll be in a different country when
I like
you're
this.
in Maryland.
What would you tell someone who's where you were 5 years ago?
5 years ago, so when I was 18. Oh shit, 18 I was still just degenerate. I would honestly just say if you're a degenerate right now, you shouldn't even look into like starting a business because you're not mentally ready. You're not ready in any way, shape, or form if you're like going out every weekend to drink and shit. Honestly, I would tell them to stay as far away.
That's another thing. When we were talking about sacrificing, man, in college I used to drink all the time, right? It was like every weekend. That's just the norm. But then literally it was my senior year where I was like, I need to make, like, it was the biggest pivotal decision of my life to just stop going out with my friends. And they were all like, I remember all of them were asking me like, you don't even hang out with us anymore, like you don't talk. Like I was in my room literally 24/7 either making content. I was in the gym till like 2 a.m. trying to film content. I was also just like working on a bunch of stuff, right? And that was my whole entire senior year. And that's, now I'm thinking about it, still this year, because I graduated in May. So it's like, it's crazy how fast things can change if you're not a degenerate and you actually like want to create something for yourself. But it also requires sacrificing the friends, spending time with friends, going out, drinking, all that stuff. And now that I'm where I'm at right now, I would never have thought that I would be here because I always thought I would like drink every weekend because it's just like something fun to do.
No.
I don't do it. I don't drink anymore. Like genuinely, I don't. It's not fun. I hate it. I genuinely hate it. Like I hate waking up freaking hungover. It sucks. But when you're in the mindset of a degenerate, you enjoy it because you're like, oh, now I wake up and now I get to sleep in and stuff like that. No, like that affects you, like genuinely. And it's like,
I think I always actually kind of forget. Like I've had to make a lot of sacrifices to get to this point as well, but like I always forget about yours because I've never like the position, that pivotal moment for you where it's like, fuck, do I do this or do I do coaching?
Yeah.
You know, like that. I remember just seeing this, like I could feel like the stress through the phone with Jack. I remember.
I didn't know what to do, bro. Like I genuinely didn't know what to do.
Even now, like I think this is my opinion, but like especially with owning like having a business, and especially in like that come up phase, like I think every like relationship takes a tiny bit of like a hit, and it takes like time to learn because it's like a whole different.
Like at first, I was supposed to live with my girlfriend after college, but thank goodness she's amazing. Obviously, we're really good long distance. It's only a 4-hour trip. She's in Tampa, so we see each other all the time. But the thing is, like, I was planning on living with her, but I had to take again another sacrifice because if I came out here where there's people doing the same exact thing that I'm doing that I can genuinely learn from and be around every single day, I knew that would help me take me to where I wanted to be. So that was another sacrifice that I took. I was like, okay, like as long as my girlfriend completely understood, which is, I wouldn't necessarily say it's a sacrifice, but of course I would love to live with my girlfriend right now. She's amazing. Yeah. It's just
I don't have a girlfriend.
It's just like,
dude, I said my girlfriend.
Yeah, I mean she like, and if you're wondering why she's not living with us here, is just because she obviously has her own house down there with her roommates right now, and then she has her job in Tampa as well. So
yeah, I would say like my relationships, every interaction with the girl, especially running a business at this scale, has taken a crazy hit, or it's been super different than like what most people think. Like during my come up phase, every girl I've talked to and dated have not worked out. Partially, I mean, I can say, I guess even I'm the problem. I will confidently say I am definitely did you just like that? I'm definitely a problem, just because my standards are so fucking high, because they're so high from business and myself, that when it comes to a girl, especially in terms of girlfriend, like they need to be up there with my standards. And even in my come up phase, my standard was always high. But yeah, I think to end off the video, I think what's one piece of advice you have for anyone watching?
There's no generational
wealth without any generational health,
baby.
That's his message.
Yeah, just that's my motto. But if I was to give you guys advice in terms of like having your own startup, is just that you need to mentally prepare yourself to go through the hard times, because the hard times are when you're going to want to quit, but that's genuinely when you have to overcome that barrier and then learn from the experience. Because a lot of people will quit literally 10% in, like I did about 3 times, because I tried to be a fitness coach 3 times, like genuinely, until it actually worked out, because I actually stayed consistent with it for months on months, right? That's what you need to do if you actually want to become successful in this. And then you have to have the vision of yourself, that because if you have a vision of yourself and you genuinely see yourself in a position that you want to be, then you'll get there, right?
Yeah.
But you need to have that vision always. If you don't have that vision, then what are you doing?
Yeah, that goes into my saying. My message on my social media that I would say is no strong person ever had an easy life. So it goes hand in hand with what Jack was saying. But obviously, if you guys want to start and scale your online coaching business, now not only just fitness, we're actually expanding now. So if you have an online coaching business whatsoever, it doesn't matter what niche you're in, right? Whether you're helping people make money online, helping people be better at violin, or helping people get in shape, feel free to either DM me on Instagram and learn more about what we do, or just if you're ready to get into our program, my one-on-one mentorship, where it's me, Jack, we have other coaches in the program that help with many other tasks as well, or subjects or topics. Feel free to book in a call down below. And besides that, I'll see you guys on the other side or in the next video. Peace.